So the second half starts with the scores all level. But a difficult task ahead of Everton because Crystal Palace haven't been beaten at Selhurst Park this season in any competition. And Everton, we know, has that annoying habit of conceding important goals at the death. Alan Smith clearly not giving his players a dressing down at half-time. He sees the funny side of the situation. Not quite what Mortimer intended. A ride-out. Works tirelessly without a real opportunity at goal. Preki, worth a shot. Has a shot, comes off Roger. Away by Southgate. Preki again. Nice pass to Rideout. Again a shot. Came off, possibly caught his hip. The referee says it's a corner kick. Three Everton players standing on the goal line. Over Ablett's head. Flicked on by Rideout, but nobody at the far post. To the disagreement of the 1,000 fans behind that goal and the 8 or 9 Palace players, it's another corner. And Watson, the captain, can stay camped in the Palace 6-yard box. Holds up in the air, Southgate underneath it. Ablett back in, Watson, clear shot at goal! Oh, what a finish from Dave Watson, cheeky as you like! Says to Rideout and Cottee, that's how you do it. Most thought that Dave Watson, the centre-half, was going to blast that one. But look at this, Richard. Ball comes in. I thought he was going to hit it, the goalkeeper thought he was going to hit it, and that was a beautiful goal to put Everton in the lead. Even had goal scorers positioning. Shaw. Mortimer. Southgate gives David White a run. Got Big Neb's ball. Keeping possession. Southall's out of position. If White can curl one in, he does, but Neville's back. Little roll, easy save. And White doesn't catch Southall out. Well, Holmes has got in trouble, and at this stage Southall was in his 6-yard box. Hop, skip and a jump, a roll and a catch. Oh, bad mistake from Holmes. Southall's off his line, he's chipped, he's well positioned. All day he can catch those. And Chris Armstrong's confidence takes an almighty knock as he sees the man mounted just stand in front of him and catch it Pat Jennings style. But a terrible mistake from Paul Holmes. His own forward couldn't have passed it better. And Southall with an easy catch. Young back in defence. Getting the ball, but flattening Rideout as well. The referee says play on, but Rideout looks to be in some pain inside the Palace half. And now it's Mortimer who takes to the deck. I don't think the referee has spotted that Rideout is flat out. Took a nasty knock to the head and doesn't look well. Here's the incident. Went up for the ball with Young, and it was the elbow to the back of the head. No doubt about it that Stuart Barlow is going to get his opportunity. Howard Kendall and the club doctor come down, naturally concerned. A very sporting reception from the Crystal Palace fans as poor old Paul Rideout leaves Selhurst Park on a stretcher. Let's hope the injury isn't as serious as it looks at first, and Stuart Barlow gets his chance in the Everton attack. Well, into double figures, the attendance at Selhurst Park tonight. It'll be a sellout if they manage to pull back 2 goals and beat Everton and play Manchester United in the next round. Still Stuart Barlow acquires the first touch, gets it now. Could create a goal-scoring opportunity for himself. Barlow keeps going and almost scored with his shoulder, but Martin gets it clear. Holmes, a better back pass than before, reaches Southall. Southall aims for the wing. Short, was he climbing over Preki? The referee keeping the game flowing. And the game is flowing. Ball kept in by Mortimer. Now Horn to Cottee, playing in a much deeper role since Rideout's departure. Nice back flick. Nobody's quite certain what's going on. White gets it wide to Williams, to rich applause from the home fans. Williams does well to keep it in. He's got plenty of players lining up in the centre. Header coming in, and a flamboyant save from Neville Southall. Paul Mortimer was celebrating, and Neville Southall picked it out with one hand. But Crystal Palace showing that they are a force to be reckoned with. That was a good header, and it was a much better save than it seemed, believe me. It's Everton who are out-thinking Crystal Palace at the moment. Lovely ball from Preki. Everall going flying in. Back from Southgate to Martin. Harry Horn loses out. Williams gives Armstrong a chase. Jackson there first. He tidies up. He's also had a good game. Matt Jackson. Over the heads of everybody. Comes to Preki. Needs to clear it. Nothing silly in your own half. Now Holmes. Southgate loses the ball. Now Barlow has the pace. Has he got the finish? Well, to be fair, it was always going to be the goalkeeper's ball. And that was a very good save from Nigel Martin. And now it's Southall is going to be called into action. But not if Watson can help it. Now Stuart Barlow, sometimes the victim of his own set-up play. It was his run and anticipation which created the chance. Southall's lost that one. Oh, what a save! And again over the bar from Southgate. Neville Southall was villain and hero as the ball came in. He lost it at first and then produced the kind of save his friend across Stanley Park would have been proud of. This was the cross, lost it in the wind, lost it in the floodlights. His positioning wasn't that great. Brilliant save, and the miss of the match from Gareth Southgate. An anxious moment for Howard Kendall as his side tried to cling on to this lead. Signals the switch. Ablett's ball. Cottee keeps chasing. He's got a chance to finish it off. And Everton are going to have a chance from the penalty spot to finish it off. Cottee gets the decision this time. Nigel Martin pleads his innocence. Now, I don't know if he meant to do that. If the referee says that he does, Martin should go off. He escaped to sending off a red card against Everton last year. And much as you don't like to see a goalkeeper go off, you wonder whether he should have done. If Cottee had gone around, he would have put the ball into the goal, and if you stick to the letter of the law, Martin should have gone. So it's now Martin to face Mark Ward. Ward shoots, Ward scores, and the game should be over. Still 9 minutes to go. 3-1 to Everton. Martin lucky to stay on, but nowhere near that penalty. And Tony Cottee was shying away from taking it after his miss against Coventry on Saturday. And Mark Ward, huge responsibility on those short shoulders. Sends Everton much closer towards a home tie with Manchester United in the next round. Preki looks for the 50-yard ball. He's looking for Ward. Climbs well. Crystal Palace look absolutely shell-shocked. Mortimer up against Holmes, cuts inside Holmes. Shot at goal, Southall's all the way. And really, Neville Southall isn't going to get beat from that distance twice in a game. Jackson. What a good game he's had at centre-half, Matt Jackson. Gary Ablett's always comfortable in the left-back role. Stuart Barlow looks to establish himself up front. Ward, the scorer of Everton's third, finds Preki. Everton keeping possession in spectacular fashion. Preki shot, oh, and a spectacular own goal! Well, Eric Young has nobody to blame but himself, and Preki will try and claim that one afterwards, I'm sure. He created the danger. It's a similar position to the equalising goal in the first leg. Preki whipped it in there, hoped for something, got something, and Everton are through. Humphrey. Crystal Palace sticking with their footballing philosophy right up to the very end. Might bring them another consolation goal. Williams' cross. Header from White. A thumbs up from Neville Southall. That sums up the evening. Christmas songs a little early at Selhurst Park. Jingle bells, jingle bells. What fun it is to see Everton win away. The referee adding on statutory time. I don't think anybody wants to be left here any longer than they have to be. Three and a half minutes Mr. Figures added on so far. Keeps checking his watch. Maybe the batteries have stopped in the freezing cold weather. But there it is, Everton's best win of the season. The fourth time they've scored 4 goals. For the hero of the tie, both legs undoubtedly Dave Watson. 3 goals over 2 games, 2 on the night, and a sterling performance at the back for Mr. Watson as well. And Mark Ward put in the game beyond Crystal Palace with that penalty after Tony Cotter had been brought down. Eric Young completing the misery with an own goal for Crystal Palace. The only thing to mar the evening was Paul Rideout being stretched off with a serious head injury. Let's hope he's back for a fortnight's time when Everton take on Manchester United in what promises to be a thriller. Finishes 4-1 to Everton.